Hey guys, we're back with the letter. When we last left off. Oh, let me turn the volume down. No, don't turn it up. No, that's the opposite. No, but wait, we started Rebecca's route. It's been like, let's see how long it's been. Let's see. It's been almost a week, 6 days, and it just kind of left me like, you know, slow start, you know. And just after finishing Marianne's route 2, which was pretty. It's the weakest chapter so far. The most standalone too, which I think that's probably related. Yeah, so we're playing as Rebecca. Oh, I skipped a line, but you know. Rebecca. Yeah. But surprisingly, getting into the city today proves more of a breeze than a hassle. Well, it's a small city, but it's no stranger to rush hour traffic. I relieve, considering how none of my calls to Isabella have made it through. Either the reception's really bad over there, or she's ignoring them on purpose. Oh yeah, and she's coming to pick up Isabella, even though Ashton's giving her a ride, right? Is that a choice to ignore Rebecca or not? Hold on, let me check. Doesn't look like it. Both does nothing to ease that is quieted me. I started reading Higanbana. I'm just like, this is way better than the letter. Like, I mean, Higanbana really isn't scary, but it's unsettling, I guess. I've only read the first chapter so far, Higanbana, but I really liked it. Part of it's probably just because Umi and Echo nostalgia, you know, has a lot of the same sound effects and stuff from Umi and Echo, but you know. Anyway. The rest of my drive passes without much incident as soon as I'm out of the busy streets. Less than 30 minutes, the mansion looms ahead of me. For all the fuss Isabella made about the house, it remains a thing of beauty. Like Luxbourne, this estate in the nearby Anslem village stands as its complete opposite. Living and breathing the sounds of the old, whispers of a once blooming haven lingering in the air. Contemporary convenience aside, it's a place I'm glad modernization isn't only touched.
It's just a shame the locals know more of the silly hearsay than the history itself.
Huh? That's a completely different line.
If I could only knock some sense into these people!
Sadly, complaining is all I can afford to do, especially when I want to give them a piece of my mind. Isn't why I'm here. I don't think these rich types will appreciate getting a lecture from me either. I have as much business with them as they have with me. With a heavy sigh, I give myself one last second to take in the scenery before heading up to the main entrance. Most of the guests are already heading out, though some still linger. It's mainly just to take photos of the house's facade or its various rooms. I pause for a moment, scanning the small crowd gathering at the foyer, looking for any signs of that familiar ponytail among the sea of hats and heads.
No sign of her.
No sign of the other staff or Miss Cooper either. I could certainly look for Isabella on my own, but in a place this big? I'd be lucky if I didn't end up lost or find her before we need to meet with Zachary and Ash tonight. Sighing, I reach for my mobile and redial the number. The gesture, familiar now after so many attempts earlier. If she doesn't answer, I can still try contacting Miss Cooper. Just hope the network reception will cooperate this time. This side of the country has never been popular with the tech-savvy, after all. To my relief, it only took 3 unsuccessful tries. At the 4th one, and as though it's about to switch to another intercept message, the line finally rings. Silence follows after I wait for her to pick up, the ringing going far too long for my tastes. By now, most of the visitors have already cleared out. All I have for company are the faint murmurs and an eerie calmness left in their wake. A sudden hush settles and is what noises louder than they've ever meant to be. Doors creaking and slamming shut in some distant part of the mansion, floorboards groaning under the sheer weight of the house's history. In the now empty hall, they now reverberate with special clarity against the walls. Like this old story seemed to almost have a ring of truth to it. I don't get to stray far into that ugly line of thought, however. And a second later, click sounds from the other end.
Hello? Isabella? Miss Cooper called earlier and...
Help me.
Isabella? Belle? Are you alright?
Without any warning, the call gets cut off. Busy notes play sharply against the heavy silence. But above the noise cutting through the mute air, rings the faint cries of a woman. From beyond the foyer. My hands fall to my side as I cast a wary look around, waiting for someone to come running. What's that? Okay, we're still not... Okay. Surely I can't be the only one hearing this. There must be some stuff hanging around, checking things out, but no one does. Not even when your sobs turn more frantic and angry.
Excuse me? Hello?
Oh yeah, that's just, you know, the wind.
Who's there?
See, like, you see how, like, whatever you call this thing is moving back and forth? That's just, you know, the sound that makes.
Isabella? Isabella? Is that you?
No, like I said, it's like the lamp. No answer. Growing anxious, I amble over where cries come from. Each step, slow and cautious, towards the door on the other end of the room. This is a brilliant idea. While I'm far from someone who readily gives in to fear or stories lacking factual basis, the vague, restless feeling I had earlier immediately returns to me. Despite myself, my heart begins to race and my breathing quickens.
Belle? Belle, it's me. Miss Cooper called. Is everything okay?
Abruptly, all of it stops. My whole body tenses, mouth dragging in a ragged breath, ears straining for any other sound yet to come from the other side. But nothing follows. Instead, the quiet only lends itself to the heavy tension in the air, as if every small movement will disturb the fragile stillness hanging in the room. Wait for another second. Then, with a caution, I reach for the knob. My fingers barely graze the brass handle when a hand falls on my shoulder. Ooh.
Excuse me. Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
No,
Still eerily, my gaze shifts back to the door. As of any second now, the cries will start again, or whoever's inside will burst out of the room. But I don't get to dwell on these. The woman's worried voice breaks through the haze of my mind, again, oddly soothing in the thick of my unease. Even if the concern look comes from a total stranger, finally being in the company of someone else is somehow comforting.
Ma'am? Are you okay?
oh, no, I'm fine. This is probably just some cold.
Do you need to sit down?
No need. I'm actually looking for a friend.
I wave the mobile in front of her, like the gesture alone explains everything. Vaguely, and note my tight grip on it and quickly slip it into my pocket before she notices. She doesn't need to know.
Well, I'm not really sure if your friend would still be here. We're actually about to close the open house in a few minutes, ma'am.
No worries. She's not a guest here. She works for Briar Realty. Miss Cooper called me earlier. In fact, I'm also looking for her.
Recognition flashes in her eyes, and her worried expression dissolves into a smile at once. So all I need to know that I don't have to look elsewhere or venture deeper into the mansion on my own. Some way, not too keen on the latter right now.
Oh, Miss Rebecca Gales, is it?
Yes. Sorry if I'm a bit late.
It's not a problem. I was busy with the open house and a few clients anyway. It's actually a good thing you came when you did. Let's see. Isabella should be here somewhere. I told her to stay put earlier. Girl never listen.
Rose? Rosie? May I have a minute? There's just this one little thing before we go.
Miss Cooper's head immediately snaps up at the voice. In a blink, a different kind of smile spreads on her face. A smile still, friendly even, but the kind given mainly for the sake of pleasing other people rather than making friends.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there in a few.
It's an impressive thing, to say the least. That level of professionalism. I suppose working years in this kind of business trains you enough to be able to pull that off without batting an eye. Certainly doesn't seem to have rubbed off on Isabella.
Sorry, could you give me a second? I have to take care of this.
Don't worry about it. I understand. I can wait a few more minutes. Clients, right?
You won't hear anything from me. Priorities, you know? But if you want, you can stay at the parlor in the meantime. I think we have a few refreshments left.
Oh yeah, there's also a ghost in there.
No, thank you. I'm going out with a few friends after this. Isabella's supposed to join us too. But that depends on how she's doing, of course.
Alright, this won't be long, I promise.
She throws me an apologetic look before sauntering over the small group gathered at the entrance. A couple, their siblings, and another woman, probably their secretary. Either way, they look no different from the other guests. All three of them primly dressed, but in a manner significantly simpler than the others. No frills, no extravagance of any form. Where the gestures and movements alone speak volumes of their ingrained lifestyle. In their presence, I do what I can to appear inconspicuous on my side of the foyer. Maybe accepting Miss Cooper's offer would have been the better choice, than standing around awkwardly and gaping at them. All while also attempting my best not to listen in on the conversation. Although that one proves more difficult with how enthusiastic the blonde woman is. Voice easily echoes through the walls with only the five of us here. Pretty soon, I find myself being drawn into their talk without meaning.
Tomorrow? First thing in the morning?
First thing in the morning, ma'am.
The mundane talk isn't what catches my attention now.
Very well. We'll have our lawyers prepare everything as soon as possible. Let's make this whole thing easier for everyone, shall we? Just let me know if there's anything you need from me. You know how to contact me, yes?
Got your mobile number saved here already.
The CG sprites look so weird. I can call these CG, right? The 3D sprite, whatever you want to call them. There's just this weird feeling to them. Like, kind of ingenuine, I guess. Just look at your look. She looks dead inside.
Good. It's just a matter of time then.
It's a brief moment. A fleeting shift of
Monday for us, Marianne.
As long as you're positive, we won't be having any problems by that time. You can count on my team.
I wonder what caused that. Maybe just how we played as Marianne.
You worry too much. Let me handle those things. Do be thrilled, though. I imagine it's not every day you get projects like this,
In the instant I turn my gaze on my seat.
Oh, I'm certain Mint's ecstatic, Buttercup. Aren't you, Marianne? You know, we could all celebrate this with a few drinks. Why don't we? In fact, there's this really excellent Irish pub I visited a few days ago.
I mean, shouldn't he be the one not mentioning it, you know, given wife? Looming, hovering over his shoulders, drawn to him like a moth to a flame. Dark blue. No, a shadow.
I think I'll pass on that, sir.
I see it.
More important
And what's the
matters
audio?
to attend to.
Darling, your liver.
Hey, do you guys hear that? Sounds like we're underwater in here.
You already had a glass today, and apparently a few days ago as well. How many times do we have to remind you? Doctor's orders, remember? Such a shame.
You'll die. You only have 6 months left to live. I think that's what the beginning of Homie and Echo Angel said. No, he had negative 6 months left to live. Right.
You never let me do anything fun.
Or something like that. But as I try to make sense of it, a heavy feeling descends over my whole body. It happens without warning, forcing me to close my eyes. Sensation creeps to every part of me, crawling under my skin and draining me little of any strength. Before you know it, my hand is gripping the nearby door for support. Sudden nausea drowns out their voices and what little sound there is. All except for the whispers and laughters, judging, mocking, muffled, inaudible words bearing down on me like a depth. She hasn't even seen the letter yet. They're wrapping around my neck and my limbs, fangs contending with every syllable, every utterance. It's not even a real chain letter. It's fake. With each breath with each draw breath I take, they drag me down slowly, just painfully, to a bottomless abyss. On, and on, and on, till the sounds turn into mere distant echoes. Till suddenly, it shatters.
Well, what are we waiting for? Are we done here?
His voice rips through the fog like a sharp blade and my eyes snap open. I look at them again, it's gone.
Just a second, darling.
Okay, we're almost to a split.
Send my regards to Isabel, please.
Oh, maybe that's the, you know, if you decide to go to the movie or not. I wonder how the game changes if you don't go to the movie. Because, I mean, that means you won't be able to get in contact with the professor or the priest, right? There's a priest, right? Oh, I assume that's what this is. Maybe? I don't know. It's been a while.
Poor girl. Please let her know she doesn't have to worry and tell her to get some rest. Anyway, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
So is Hannah evil? Because I don't think Luke's gonna be evil, but you know, Hannah's narrative could have just been what's it, unreliable narration, you know? Not even necessarily unreliable, just I mean, we only got a small glimpse at her really. She could have just, you know, forgotten about how the whole oh yeah, have dead people upstairs. Whoops.
Likewise, ma'am.
Because there's something shady going on with them, right? It's been foreshadowed since, I think, the first chapter, even. You know, Ashton's been like, don't trust the rights. They're not Right, they're wrong. Get it? No shadows or dark clouds. Only amicable smiles and cordial handshakes. The usual pleasantries, as Miss Cooper leads them out of the mansion like a graceful host. None of the group seems to have noticed it. Even as I force my breathing to calm down, keep my eyes trained on their backs, wait for something to happen, it doesn't come back. She returns a moment later. Gently, she closes the great doors behind her. There's a smile on her lips and an extra skip in her step when she walks back to me. Whatever she was discussing with the group had put her in a good mood. Even when she appears to not have observed anything odd. Was it just seeing things?
Glad that was over. It's been a long day. I thought for sure we're going to... Hey, are you sure you're doing okay? You look a bit green.
You look a bit green.
It's all good. I'm actually still recovering from a cold. Weather's been crazy lately.
Weather doesn't affect colds. That's an urban myth, legend. That must be it. The weather, the stupid cold, and the friendly warnings I'm too stubborn to listen to. As much as I hate to admit it, Isabella's right. I was and still am a little feverish when she visited me at school this morning. The medicine helped, of course, but only some. Although it's not like I can't function, it did get better after lunch. I was able to go through my schedule like the usual. Now, I'm not so sure. Yeah, and I was talking to, like, this ghost, but for some reason I thought it was a kid, and yeah, that was crazy. However, I can't keep acting like I've seen some sort of apparition when it's anything but. Simply must have listened too many times to Isabella last week. My fever-muddled mind has started to confuse things. This doesn't let up. I just need another visit to my doctor, plain and simple. I do hope it won't get worse. I did promise to watch Zachary's film together.
I know what you mean. I've been complaining to Isabel. It doesn't seem to affect her much, though. Must be because she grew up in the tropics. Anyway, shall we? She's probably hanging out with the rest of the catering staff.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised she's there. She eats like 10 hungry men when she isn't feeling well.
That's a lot of hungry men.
Lead the way.
With a small nod, she gestures for me to follow. Do so without much thought, finally putting everything in the back of my mind. Okay. Let's read that. How far? Kind of wanted to call it there just because, you gotta take the letter in baby steps. While waiting at the mansion, Rebecca overheard a brief conversation between the right couple, the interior designer and the estate agent, Rose Cooper. She discovered afterwards that Isabella had already left a few hours ago. I'm gonna call it there. They're just gonna start getting shorter and shorter until I'm just doing like 1 minute the letter videos. I'll finish like part 900. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.